Banker's algorithm. The name has come from banking, and it is the algorithm for deadlock avoidance. So banker algorithm is deadlock avoidance algorithm. As the name suggests, this algorithm is used in banking system to find or determine whether a loan can be granted or not. Suppose we have n account holders in a bank and the sum of money in all their account is S. Total money is S. Every time the loan has to be granted by the bank, it will subtract the loan amount from the total money. Then it checks if that difference is greater than S. That is, only then the bank would have enough money if all the account holders come and they withdraw their money. So the loan has to be granted. If the loan has to be given, the amount which is with the bank should be enough so that it will cater to the requirement of all the n account holders if they come at once. So banker algorithm works in the similar way when we talk about computers or operating system. When a new process is created, it must exactly specify the maximum instances of each resource type that it needs. Means if a process is there, it is going to say I am going to use 2 of these, say 2 of x, 3 of y and 5 of z. So now this is known. This has to be very clear. Let us assume in operating system terms there are n processes and we have m resource type. N resource, these are n, and m resource type, these are m. This can be various instances also. So some data structures are used to implement the banker's algorithm. What they are, you can assume it to be a matrices. Okay, available, max, allocation and need. So need should always be, or it should be max minus allocation. Let me tell you how. Available is, it's an array of length m, and this will represent the number of available resource. Available means available resource of each type. If available j, that is this type, is k, that means we say there are k instances or k availability of resource type j, that is rj. Max. What is max? If you have n by m matrix, which will represent the maximum number of instances of each resource that a process can request. Max means the process can request how many number of maximum instances. Max ij, that means it represents that each process pi can request k instance of resource j. This resource j, pi can request maximum k of this resource. Allocation. If you have n by m matrix, this n processes m resources, n by n matrix, which represent the number of resource of each type currently allocated to each process. Now this pi, allocation pi means pi is allocated k numbers of or k instance of rj, right? What is need? Now need is, we again have n by m matrix. This indicates the remaining resource needs of each process. Some of them, the process has been allocated some resources. Now it would require to complete its activity more resources. So need ij equal to k means the pi may need k instance of rj resource to complete its task. So need is equal to the maximum, that is maximum number of instances of each resource that a process can request, minus the allocated, that means the number of resources each type currently allocated to each process. The resource request algorithm is something like this. This will describe the behavior of the system when a process make a resource request in a form of request matrix. So the step would be something like this. Let me tell you that I'm going to tell you this also, okay, what this means. First of all, let us read this. The steps would be, if number of requested instance of each resource is less than the need, right? That is, which was declared previously by the process. Process has asked that I will require this. So the number of requested instance of each request is now less than the need. So we go to step 2. If number of requested instance of each resource type is now less than the available resources of each type, then we go to step 3. Otherwise, the process has to wait because sufficient resources are not available. Then we go to step 3. Assume that the resources have been allocated. So available will be equal to available minus request. Allocation, this is all I. Allocation I will be allocation I plus request I, and need will be need I minus request. So this is done because the system needs to assume that these resources have been allocated. So there will be less resources available after allocation. Once they are allocated, resources are allocated, so there will be less number of resources, and the number of allocated instance is going to increase. So we have to increase it. The need of the resource by the process will reduce. That's what is represented by these 3 equations. And after completing these 3 steps, we have to check if the system is in safe state. Then we apply the safety algorithm here. If it is safe, we proceed to allocate the requested resources. Otherwise, again the process has to wait longer. What is the safety algorithm? Work and finish. Let us assume these are vectors of length m and n initially. So work and finish, these are vectors. So work is available at initiation. Finish is false because this is from 0 to n minus n. What it means is, initially no process has finished, a number of available resources is represented here. We have to find an index I such that both these two, finish has to be equal to false and need has to be less than equal to work. If there is no I present, then we go to step 4. I'll tell you step 4. It means we need to find an unfinished process whose need can be satisfied by the available resources. The process which is not finished, and now we have resources that can be assigned to it. If there is no such process whose need can be completed with these available resources, we go to step 4. Now this is step 3. We have to perform what? When we have allocated, so work will be work plus allocated, and finish I will be equal to true. So when an unfinished process is found, the resources are allocated and the process is marked as finish. And then loop is repeated to check the same for all other processes which would require this. Then finish equal to true for all I. If it is true, then the system is in safe state. That is meaning that if all processes are finished, completed, then the system is in safe state. So this was a brief idea about Banker's algorithm. Don't worry about this. We are going to take the questions also. We are going to take the proper examples also. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.